Before I get to Trump, actually, I'm very curious about this. Why do evangelicals love, in my opinion, they'll disagree, enemies like Vladimir Putin and Jair Bolsonaro?
Yeah. That was one of the most surprising things, the shifting relationship to Putin that I saw when I was researching the book. And I mentioned it at the end of Jesus and John Wayne too, what we were seeing. And it was surprising to me because I knew just how central, anti-communism, which meant anti-Soviet Union, how central that was to really building this entire evangelical, kind of political framework and identity for decades. And now I know that Putin isn't Marxist, and that we're in a different era now, but still I just expected a little bit more of the anti-Russia residue to kind of hang on a bit. And then to see, I think a couple of things happened. One is when the Soviet Union broke apart and when Russia opened up for a bit, there was this huge emphasis on, yes, we can send missionaries finally, because Russia was the great evil for so long. And it was just like this incredible moment for a lot of Christians who thought we can convert, it was closed to us for so long. We can convert the masses there. So, that would be one um, uh, reason for a kind of changing attitude towards Russia. But then you really also have to see the politics here.
Yep.
As Putin himself starts to see that aligning with right-wing Christian movements in the Russian Orthodox Church and playing into these culture wars issues, gender, sexuality in particular, that played really well. And so when you start seeing that emerge in Russia, you start seeing the partnerships then start to develop around this reactionary political and religious agenda. And you can see that like one of the places that those alliances really was solidified was at the World Congress of Families. And you can see, things like Franklin Graham praising Putin. And you just see that they, in this kind of civilizational battle, they see Putin and the right wing Orthodox Church as an ally, even as you see Putin attacking uh, uh, Ukraine and Ukrainian evangelicals. Uh, so it's
Oh, I didn't think about that. That's
the
interesting.
theological categories, right, don't hold here. And evangelicals who care so much about the persecution of Christians, right? And we're seeing persecution of Ukrainian evangelicals and in Russia, by the way, right? But no, right? It's the political alliance that determines loyalties, and it really is stunning. It really is.
That is stunning. And I got to reiterate, I did not think about that. I did not think about how they are picking which evangelicals to support and which to not, which let's also be clear, leads to death for some of them in this war. That is a fascinating point that I didn't really think about.